alive.
We're dancing.
We're dancing to the theme tune.
Stupid. You look stupid. I'm just saying.
It's because you can't hear it in your mind's eye.
I can't.
Yeah, it's like a silent disco. Myself and Drew were at the silent disco.
Let's go live.
We are live.
Joke. A joke will.
I'm always trying to find a new and different way to piss, so Drew can just go.
I have a fuzz on my hat.
Oh, why would you have fuzz there?
That's baby spittle.
Baby spittle.
Oh no! Don't do that. That's not.
Don't have kids.
That's baby spittle.
Weird.
Look at everybody here. Snape Fantasy is here. Brandy's here. Maria's here. Chris is here.
Ooh,
so many of our people. They're so beautiful.
Ninja Nub. What a name.
Like
Welcome, Ninja Nub.
Hey, yo, let's go, Ninja Nub. That's right.
Welcome.
All in the game.
Nice.
How come some people are green and some people are gray?
Crazy Natsu, hi. The green are members.
Yeah.
They're
I love green.
Green is a good color.
It's my first trailer talk. Hi, the great Piccadini. I'm glad you can make it, mate.
Hey.
This hopefully will be a good trailer talk. We are.
How many people we got here?
We got
madness.
At least 6.
At least 3.
You know, Drew, they're not here for us. They're here for the ladies. They're just not here. Well, maybe a little bit for me, but
that's not true.
Just for
they're all here for
the
PJ.
ladies.
Head is so big.
Are we all wearing black today?
Yeah, you didn't get that.
You guys are such copycats. You guys are such copycats. I'm the black wearer.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Sorry, I didn't know you owned the NFT for black.
Paul's on here?
The NFT
oh
for
my
black.
God. Chastain's on here.
Hey.
Oh my God. It must be a light day. It must be a light day.
Get back to work.
Paul's the hardest working person at Red Bear. Thanks for the soup, EJ.
I'll try not to take that.
Well, okay. Well, I'm trying to make him feel good. I'm trying to throw some love his way. We lost Pagan. She's gone. It's Ireland.
EJ, thanks for the soup, buddy. A multiversal and strange bowl of couch soup. It is going to be indeed a strange.
It is.
Doctor Strange is jumping into the multiverse of madness. Dun dun dun. Okay, someone we need Nolan here so he can do the multiverse of madness.
I guilted him today. Well, he's in Georgia now. He's drinking. What do they drink there?
He's tickling me
peach schnapps.
Peach lemonade and
he's playing golf. He's semi-retired now.
Semi-retired.
He lied. He hated when I busted his balls for that. He's just like, no, you're just retired now. All right, what are we doing today? It's what's the movie today? Snoopy?
Wow.
Snoopy.
Another fucking action hero movie. Oh,
another one.
God.
No. This is.
Actually,
Marvel.
I like Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's one of my faves.
The first movie was pretty good.
It was really good. It was a good origin story. It was just the way they did it. He was such a dick, such a great dick in the movie. It was good. Yeah, I like it when people are dicks.
And Benedict Cumberbatch's super talented. It's amazing that they've been able to kind of Marvel's been able to kind of rope in these hyper talented just actors to, I mean, be play in superhero movies. Dollar bills. Benedict Cumberbatch, you're gonna pay me how much?
Yeah, it's just like everybody wants to be in one. They get so much money from them. It's like, it's such an artistic endeavor, and I really do get to express myself in a way I couldn't normally in a good movie. It's all about the cash.
Can you guys hear me?
You're not still here. She's in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Here, but you're not. No one can see you.
YouTube can hear me, but they can't hear me. It's just me and you, YouTube.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Leave. If she leaves, does it turn off? Technical difficulties. If it wasn't for technical difficulties, it wouldn't be us.
It wouldn't be Couch Soup. That's very true.
Oh, she says YouTube can hear her.
Oh.
We have more equipment in the studio than God does. Literally. But we still have technical difficulties. We have a cable for everything. We literally have a cable for everything.
Let's go to technical difficulties for a sec so I can refresh stream. Okay, let's do that.
Now
hello.
Times 2.
Hello.
Hi.
Double the pagan.
No, why is there 2 pagans? It's only 1 pagan on my side.
Did you get a new mic? Because that thing is hot as hell.
Fuck, I'm so sorry.
It's so loud. Turn that thing down.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll just move it away from my mouth.
We're back.
We're back.
All right. What are we doing today? We're doing a movie. What
Sorry,
else
guys.
are we doing? Oh, we have another sponsor today because you know what? We're the shit now. We got sponsors. Kind of good.
Yeah, we'll bury
People
the lead
want to
on that.
pay to be on this show. Is that unbelievable? I've been trying to get paid to be on this show, but that's not.
That'll never happen.
Are we really going to do this every week now? So like it's going to be a thing every week. Okay, I just got to prepare myself mentally.
Every week for like a year.
I haven't really been
need
here
to stop
mentally
drinking.
though.
Like it's
I
literally starting
really
to
haven't-
affect your brain cells.
I haven't been here mentally. I mean, I might be here in person.
I think
but
it's the
not really here
multiverse
mentally.
talking.
It might be. Are you a
It
variant?
is. I mean, are there enough people watching? How many people are watching? Again, it's just for the girls. They're not here. Raise your hand if you're here for Drew.
Someone mute PJ. Just mute him. He's rambling. He's just lost.
Okay, Drew, tell us about the sponsor so we can get to the show.
Well, the sponsor's a mid-roll sponsor, so we're going to get to them in a
Wait,
little bit.
aren't we over yet? It's
No,
still
we're
9
still
minutes in.
no.
Okay,
God
fine. I'll
dang.
stop.
I'm going to start to send you notes like in crayon, so you can.
I don't
actually
have
read
time
them
for
before we
notes,
go
Drew.
over
I
them.
don't have time for notes. I'm a busy person.
You don't understand. When you get to executive producer, you don't actually read emails. You
Anything.
Just send them. You don't read anything.
I got accused once of not reading the script on set, and I was like, I was busy.
That worked out well.
I have a life. Oh wait.
No, but this should be good. I mean, we're gonna go deep. The Multiverse of Madness trailer dropped over the Super Bowl, along with a bunch of other trailers. I put a poll out on Twitter. I honestly thought Lord of the Rings might have won out, just because of our fan base, and Lord of the Rings is so big. But Marvel's a powerhouse.
Wait,
Marvel won out.
we're not watching The Rings of Power? All right.
No,
Don't try to steal my joke.
Yeah, and
By the way, who won the Super Bowl?
hi, Pagan.
L.A. Rams did. L.A. Rams
Won the
did.
Super Bowl. Most people don't give a shit about sports. They were there for the commercials and the trailer
Sports
drops.
ball.
Sports, yay! And this
Nolan's in session.
yes,
Nolan's
he
in
always is.
session.
Guy's a busy man.
Which means he won't be attending, folks. Just in case. They're like, oh, he's coming in.
He's in session.
No, not.
Nolan says hi.
Oh, hi, Nolan.
Hi.
Aw.
Hello.
Hi, Nolan.
So I mean,
yeah.
we're gonna like listen. Spider-Man broke they broke the multiverse in Spider-Man. This is the next movie we're gonna see after Spider-Man: No Way Home. So this is kind of continuing into the multiverse realm, but we're going. This seems to be going really deep. Like so. This is probably even outside of my nerd realm in comic books and movies. I watched the trailer on the Super Bowl and I was like, I'm confused. So we might need some help on this, guys. So if you're a member, go to CouchSoup.com, open the circle. There's a link in there to come in and call in to help us out. We're gonna watch this trailer and then we're gonna need some help breaking this thing down because I have a feeling I might be out of my realm here. So why don't we load this baby up? And
Let's
take a
load
look.
it up.
I'm ready.
So we're going to watch the trailer?
Oh, thank God. Everything's still okay on this screen. Ha. Okay, great. Good news. Jesus Christ, we should probably do this before it starts. Oh, what the fuck? Why is this at the end?
Jesus Christ.
All right, here we go, everybody. We're playing in 3, 2,
Count her down.
1, play.
Whoa.
Big Pellman hit right out of the gate.
I dreamed the same dream.
I like
Cool.
the music.
And then
God, what the hell? That's the worst nightmare
the
ever.
nightmare begins.
Oh, he's got a cracked watch. What is this, The Last of Us?
I did what I had to do.
Nope.
Whoa.
Protect our
That's-
world.
Don't do it.
You cannot control everything, Strange.
Whoa. Wong's looking a little beat up.
Sam Raimi. All right, here we go.
We'll walk through it.
Canadian.
One day.
Someone was getting married.
Canadian.
What do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He
What about
believed
her?
it was dangerous.
Oh snap.
He was
Oh,
right.
the deadly smoke.
That's the smog. That's global warming.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
No, you're
Your
not.
desecration of reality.
Little Inception looking.
Right, I thought the same thing.
Oh,
Star Wars is involved.
We should tell him the truth.
what?
That voice sounded familiar.
Right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, King.
Oh, weird.
Things just got out of hand.
They sure did look like it.
Whoa.
Who dat?
Look out! Become a hero.
That's
I do it. I become the enemy.
WandaVision?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem fair.
Dope.
Oh,
There's so much.
whoa. What is that?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Jesus.
God, can you imagine if you were a 13-year-old boy right now? You just couldn't wait for that to come out.
I know, right?
13-year-old
You know
boy.
what? Listen, that's the way a
Yeah.
trailer's supposed.
True.
That's the way a trailer's supposed to be made. Like everything is discombobulated. I don't know what's going on. I need to go to the movie theater just so that I can calm my mind down from all the questions it's asking.
Yeah.
Like that had everything. That kept me from the end. I'm not like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. I know. I don't have a clue what's going to happen. I like that.
Totally. I have no idea what's happening. It is.
I hate it when trailers like they basically show you the whole movie and
Yeah.
you're just going to guess how it ends. This was
True.
that was a good trailer. I'm
Agree.
sorry, that was a good
It was
trailer.
really good.
That was wild.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I'm with you, mate. Like, I don't care how many Marvel movies you've seen. Like, you have no. That trailer is just. There's so much going on. Like, I have no idea what is happening.
And it looked good too. It didn't look
Yeah,
cheesy or
yeah.
shitty. It looked really good. You know, I'm a person that always looks at the technical side and the fact that they had 6 weeks of reshoots and now they're talking about more reshoots. And I love Sam Raimi. I loved him in The Simple Plan. It's a hit or miss some other times, but you know, you got to give him credit with COVID and actors' schedules, and maybe that's why the reshoots are in there. But when you have 6 weeks of reshoot, that's as a red flag. So I hope it all comes together. I hope they don't patch it together with stupid story ideas.
Yeah, I would think not. I mean, only because, Marvel's so good. They have a plan, right? Like everything's sort of laid out and everything ties together. It's out of any studio that's ever sort of like said like we're gonna do a 10 movie arc on something and tie it all together and everything weaves together. They're really smart about it. So yeah, I hear you. It seems to be going. This seems like they're jumping the shark. I'm sure to a lot of people when they watch this trailer that aren't really like into maybe even Doctor Strange or the multiverse idea. This might turn people off. But Spider-Man did so well that I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I haven't seen No Way Home yet, so I mean, unfortunately, it got spoiled for me. But but that's okay. It's okay. But it's still one of those things where I was excited before, and now I'm like, yeah, they messed things up pretty bad. Not just on their planet, but in other universes as well.
Don't tell me I haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
I fear.
I was gonna say though, like with No Way Home, I feel like there was a resurgence of love for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man because of like obviously.
Which was a good one.
It was.
Yeah, it was. It was very good, and I think there was just like this resurgence of like, damn, that was dope, and I'm so excited. There's like something in this. So with the fact that he's gonna be directing this, they kind of, I think it'll just get more hype. I think it's the right time. Music, like damn.
Yeah.
What the multiverse does is it gives back the sense of wonderment. The wonderment in most stories for these sort of things happens the first time you visit that new character, right? Like when Iron Man, the first Iron Man, and they could do all the wonderment and all the first time things. And the problem with sequels, even in novels, is that the wonderment's gone. They go back to the same place. You've seen it. You know what's happened before.
Yeah.
That's why I think when they did the reimagining of the universe with Star Trek, that's why it was just so interesting, because you could bring back the wonderment. Oh, he did this. Oh, they did that. And when you do the multiverse, you bring back the wonderment, because how many times can you rehash that story, or how many, unless you come at it from a completely different angle, like the way that they came at that over, if you saw the new Scrooge, it's 2 years old now, but the one that came out where they told it from the POV of Tiny Tim's mother. I mean, that was a crazy cool POV. So I think that the multiverse gives you wonderment again, and that's what I think what makes these so refreshing.
Yeah, and I think too the multiverse gives them the ability to kind of not retcon, but also bring in characters, and like we got a glimpse of what may be Patrick Stewart playing Professor X,
of course,
from the X-Men, which is wild
That looked
because
dope.
only recently did Marvel get the rights back for X-Men for the theatrical, so we might be getting, and the fact that they're bringing back the OG sort of X-Men, the in the sense that the OG film, right, X-Men, which had Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, and Jean Grey was played by Famke Johnson. So you had these like incredible like actors playing, and then like they did a reboot with the younger ones. But it's interesting. It's nice to see that they're like Patrick Stewart. Obviously, is just such an iconic actor to play that. I mean, it was like perfect casting. No one else could have done it better. So we hear his voice, we don't see his face. So we think it's his voice. I mean, unless it's somebody, unless it's a head fake, which I wouldn't. So here's I'm going to throw something out there.
Disappointing head fake.
If yeah, it would be disappointing. Well, and here's why I wonder if it could be a head fake in the sense that what they kind of did with WandaVision is they brought back Quicksilver, who was in the X-Men films.
That was cool.
But then they kind of said, oh, that wasn't actually Quicksilver. At the end of it, it was like a magic spell that you thought it was Quicksilver. But as the audience, we're all like, holy shit, that's Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, not the Quicksilver that died in the Avengers movies. So there could be some weirdness going on there. But the multiverse sort of opens it up that anything's possible too. So which is really cool. I mean, Pagan, what do you think? I mean, where's your head at?
I love Patrick Stewart.
So,
like, hearing him I was like, okay, all right. It's a lot of effects. It's a lot. There's a fuck ton in this trailer. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a lot. And then it's like Patrick Stewart's voice, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sign me up. Yep, that's fine. That's all I needed. Thank you so much. Cut the check. I'm good. You take my money. Shut up and take my money.
Pagan
I love
and
him.
Patrick Stewart Pillow Talk.
Yes.
The new show on CouchSoup.
I would listen to that and watch that.
Yes. Say make it so.
Honestly, I just love Patrick Stewart, right? Like from like being a theater actor and like his relationship with Ian McKellen, like just he's just just squish him. He's so lovely. So I am hyped that he's in this. I really love the like X-Men crossover. Kind of been waiting for that, honestly. I think like some of the X-Men films were a bit, but the originals were great. I have to say, like the original, like the first two were pretty great. And I kind of like the resurgence of like X-Men with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender as well. That was kind of dope. So I'm wondering, I'm wondering how many of this is going to take place, because obviously we're seeing multiple versions of Strange in this. Are we going to see multiple versions of those other characters, like we did, like you said, with WandaVision, where we see Quicksilver from the MCU, not the MCU, but like from the X-Men series rather than from Age of Ultron? I'd like to see more of that, but only for the ooh, like the reaction when you see the cool cameos. Other than that, I'm just like, okay, this seems like a lot. And I think maybe there's parts of this trailer that are just completely lost on me because I didn't watch the Loki series just yet. I've only seen like No Way Home, so I feel like I've watched WandaVision and that was good, so I'm kind of getting bits of this. I am interested to see though, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, is she the villain? Because she seems like a villain in this.
Yeah, it looked like she was the villain.
Well,
and
they
that's
kind of
dope.
said that WandaVision, so I think a prerequisite to this film, other than No Way Home, is you have to watch WandaVision. I think that's a no-brainer. Because that does set up what she becomes the Scarlet Witch, which is sort of not really something she was before. It was sort of like we knew her as Scarlet Witch, but nothing that she was never called that really. And that has like ramifications for like how powerful she actually is. And then I think another prerequisite to watch before watching the Doctor Strange is the Marvel's What If series, the animated series.
I haven't seen that either. Yeah.
So there's a whole segment about Doctor Strange in the What If series where there's a variant of Doctor Strange that becomes consumed by this idea that he needs to change the past and ends up becoming like this super powerful being, like a dark Doctor Strange, And I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but it's actually really cool. And it almost hints that that's the Strange that we're seeing in this trailer. This like evil sort of dark Doctor Strange, where he's like things got out of hand. Like he's still charismatic, but he's a little twisted.
He looked a little like Troy in that.
Charismatic but twisted. Yeah, that
yeah, looked like him.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, this could really. Is Marvel doing the thing where now every movie is going to just include cameos from everything we've always wanted? Like,
listen,
Marvel,
if it sells movies, they will do it over and over and over again.
It is totally for
in
that
2021.
reaction,
In 2021, Cumberbatch was on Kimmel, and they were questioning him about the reshoots, and they wrote about it in the Reporter, and he says, like everything with Marvel, it comes in fresh, pretty much most mornings. And then he says with a laugh, and he questioned, it's really exciting. And the film is shaping up to be something special. Like, he did not sound very positive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love Cumberbatch too, though.
He's dry, though. He might just be.
He is. British humor.
He seems cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think you hit it. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think you hit it on the head, and I feel like we're gearing up the sponsor, so I can talk more about it after. But
I was going to segue the fact that, like, there's a multiverse, but there's also, like Marvel can bring in all these voices
just multiple
and all
accounts. Sorry.
And all these. What's that?
There are multiple accounts.
Yeah, we have an asshole in the chat. Some 12-year-old doesn't have anything to do.
Well, they are 12.
Yeah.
Let them be their 12-year-old.
I hope they're that age. I hope they're that age.
We love 12-year-old fans. Anyway, so the multiverse is what it is. It's bringing in all these voices, and it's able to all these characters able to kind of bring them together in kind of a harmonious way. There's another thing out there that I think does that really well for us, and that's Riverside. And we're on that platform right now. We're literally using it right now. And it's today's sponsor. So Riverside FM is our sponsor. It's the leading podcast and video recording platform. And like I said, we've been using it for a while now. We've been using it for over a year. It's what we're using right now to make this podcast. And we were kind of using Zoom, right, PJ, before that? But
yeah, we're techie guys, though. Our YouTube channel is one of the most well-produced YouTube channels there is. And Zoom wasn't cutting it. The quality sucked. It wasn't very good. So we need better quality, and we were able to capture good footage and good audio to hand off to Steph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's super easy too to use. I mean it's easy to download, and the audio and video they're already like the frame rates matched, so it's really simple to use, and there's no drifting with the footage, and I think it really made a difference. But they also have this really fun edit tool that you can use, and it's a game changer. So if you're looking for something to help you with even editing your film that you've shot on Riverside, I highly recommend.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I mean, with regarding to the editing side, Dan Starkey Vilvash, who's in the chat right now, we run a podcast called the Replayer Podcast, and we swapped from Zoom to Riverside for the audio quality and the video quality because everything's recorded locally, and it's just made his life better in terms of editing because everything is so much more controllable. It just makes everything so much easier. So I think it's great. It's also easily accessible for all of our members to come on our podcast. So we often have guests in that may not have a setup like we do, and they just want to use the phone or something, which they have an app, so that's easy to use. Whereas I know that there's other like third-party services that just don't really accommodate for that kind of stuff. So I'm a big fan. Been a big fan for a very, very long time. So it's good to have them as a sponsor.
It is. They're a great sponsor and they're a great platform. But I mean, like, you could take our word for it, which I hope you do. But we're not the only ones using this. You got big names, big podcasts, big names like Guy Raz. If you know him from TED Radio Hour, How I Built This, I'm a huge fan of both of those podcasts. Gary Vee, who's like the leading marketer, one of the leading marketer commentaries out there. He uses Riverside for his video and audio, so it's really cool. So big names attached to it, and even the New York Times uses this for all of their podcasts. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's dope.
Not bad. Yeah. This the features though. There's so many good features. That's why people like us use it. So As a sponsor, they're giving $10 off a new Riverside subscription if you use the code TRAILER when you go to riverside.fm and sign up. So you can too.
There it is. There it is right there. It's right under Drew.
Is.
There
Make
it is.
sure.
There it is. There it is. Hit that link, guys. Once again, make sure you go to riverside.fm and use the code TRAILER, TRAILER, to get $10 off your subscription. If when you use that code, it tells Riverside that you are supporting us and you love the content that we produce, and you love the quality of the content that we're making. So when you do that, you're supporting us as well. So thank you. Again, click that link in the description. Go sign up. And now we're going to get back to more Doctor Strange and talking about Marvel.
Hey, welcome back to everybody that just fast forwarded through that.
Or
I sure hope you didn't.
They loved it.
Hey,
Still
while
a
we're
screen.
still there,
Quick,
listen,
code.
don't forget, 3 p.m. today, come on over to CouchSoup, though. We're having our first anti-book club with yours truly. We're going to talk about the software. We're going to bitch about the writing industry. I'm going to give you all the tips that were given to me and bring you wine. It's BYOB.
BYO.
Bring your own book.
BYOB.
No,
Bring your own book.
bring your
and
own
wine.
booze.
That's I love it. Well, why don't we bring in Onduin's in the waiting room, calling in on Riverside. See how cool this is. I'm gonna bring her in. She's a Marvel, like, I don't know, is guru the wrong word? Well, let's bring her in. She's gonna help us break down this trailer and
We
give
like
us
expert.
experts, because I'm sure as hell am lost in the Doctor Strange multiverse of madness. I'm in the madness.
Pagan's gone again.
And Willie's Pagan. Well, let's bring in Onduin. Maybe that'll fix things.
I hear you have questions.
What, you have the books.
I have books.
Uh-oh. Another frame-by-frame analysis.
Yes.
Not this
Yeah.
time, because last time I only got one theory right.
Oh.
So now this time it's just facts and
That's okay.
knowledge.
I don't think we've ever got a
yeah.
theory right that I've
No,
heard.
I don't think
so.
so.
Yeah.
You having one is more than any of us have. ever
The
gotten.
only one that was correct was saving MJ. That was the only one I got correct with Andrew. That was amazing. So,
What do you got for
so
us?
what I wanted to talk about is the Illuminati.
Yes.
Ooh, right.
So-
okay.
Yes.
Okay. What is the Illuminati? Tell us what
So-
that is.
In the trailer, there's these really pretty shots, right before we see Professor X. We all know that's Patrick Stewart.
Right.
So that place actually may look super familiar because it's actually the British Museum, and they filmed what we assume is the Illuminati headquarters there. So
So that's actually the British, like in real life, like that's where they shot.
So the staircase on the side, that's
that's
the British
cool.
Museum. I thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
Apparently, I dropped a comic out of my.
Are those robots? Is that
Those
Ultron?
are
those
they're
Ultron?
Ultron bots,
Yes.
and that's why a lot of people are thinking that Superior Iron Man is going to be there, because so that's also really cool because we think that Tom Cruise was in the running to be Iron Man for a while, and so we think now with the multiverse and everything, we can have Superior Iron Man and have it be played by Tom Cruise. Steph's all excited.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, do you think
that's
Tom
a
Cruise
big
is like,
theory.
I want to be in a Marvel film?
Oh,
I
he
mean,
would do
Oh, for
anything.
sure.
Oh, he would do
For
anything.
sure.
no
Yes,
way.
He
absolutely.
loves that kind of stuff. He
and
lives for
he's
that.
on the Iron Man is on the Illuminati Council. So the Illuminati is kind of like, it's not this big scary thing that it is like IRL. It's really just this council of, so it says the members operate free from self-serving or nationalistic pressures affecting political leaders. So they really just make sure everything is okay. And clearly they're bringing in Doctor Strange because he broke things.
Yeah.
A lot of
Big
things.
time.
Hey,
Yeah.
you kind of fucked this shit up over
You
here.
kind of did
you
some
know.
stupid stuff.
Yeah, Professor X is gonna be like, you messed things up.
You messed things up.
So who else is on the Illuminati? So you got Professor X, you got,
we got Professor
Superior
X,
Iron Man.
Superior Iron Man, who's possibly going to be their Black Panther,
Okay.
as well
But
as Namor
So like the Panther
and Mr. Fantastic. Yep.
And-
I want
Okay, so
Mr.
do we-
Fantastic to be there so bad.
So I've been following the Twitter chat, and a lot of people think there's like a hidden like figure, and that's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's the one that looks like they've got this skin tight suit on that's kind of just sitting there like this. And I'm like, I can see that, but if it is John Krasinski, he's slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah. Wow.
Or-
You can make everyone's like they can make out the body structure
Yeah, pretty
of
much.
the shadowy character
It could be
and
Joanne,
know
too.
whether or not that's John Krasinski or not. That's amazing.
Joanne.
I mean, he did
Fans are
super bulk
incredible.
up for some of his recent roles he's been doing. So
Yeah, I mean he's Jack
either
Ryan.
way,
He's got no
I
time to be
would
Mr.
love-
Fantastic. He's
I
got to
would
film
love to
more
have
Jack
him
Ryan
there.
shows.
Exactly. And so like obviously Professor X is there, and I think he's kind of like the head of everything. So obviously this Professor X is gonna be a variant compared to the multiverse stuff that is canon in X-Men. I think
Yeah.
Hulk at some point was part of the council.
The Hulk? Oh, really? That would have been
Yeah.
funny.
I was reading
What do you
about
think,
that earlier.
Hulk?
I was like,
I smashed
I was like,
things. All right,
it's
that's
like
a
Bruce
good,
Banner
good
Hulk,
advice.
and I was like,
Yeah,
interesting. It must have been
Yeah.
smart Hulk.
must have been. Yeah,
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yes.
Professor, I think it's
Professor
Professor
Hulk.
Hulk. That's what they call him.
Yeah.
So I'm most excited for that specific part, as well as there was a really cool Easter egg when they're falling through what looks to be a dimensions. There's one frame where he's holding America Chavez,
Yeah.
where in the background, one of the shattered realms, it looks like, is a cartoon.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes. I'll have to find it and I'll post it somewhere.
Where
Please
are you talking about
do.
the poster?
I'm gonna go back. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so here, let me see
Yeah,
if
so
I
they
can
released
also
it. So
poster?
just so everybody
Yeah.
knows, they released a poster along with the trailer, and it's Doctor
Cartoon.
Strange, and he's doing the, like a
And
pose,
in the poster, there
and
is
it's got a bunch of shattered glass
Yeah.
going around him, and
in
all
the
and
poster,
there's
you can
reflections
see
in the
stuff
glass.
in there too. It's
I
really
looked
cool.
at it.
Yeah, I saw somebody zoom in on one, and again, like this is Twitter being Twitter, so you don't know what's real and what's fake unless you kind of do the due diligence on your own. I saw somebody post that like there's a Captain Britain,
Captain
so
Carter's
Captain
shield.
Carter?
Captain Carter.
Oh yeah, it's totally there.
Shield is there. Some people also. I'm trying to think what else I saw on
Deadpool?
Twitter.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I was like, I
was
don't
like,
see that at all.
Oh yeah, Deadpool. A lot of people think
see?
Deadpool's gonna show up.
Like
and
all
I'm
I see is like a white little house shaped thing. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it looks like him going like this. And I'm like, it's just a red and white blur.
Yeah.
Like I don't see that.
All right, so Pagan's gonna take a second. Pagan, why don't you refresh the stream so we can bring her back in because I know she.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna
'cause-
be interesting.
Yeah.
Who?
So.
Camartage where they learn the mystic arts.
Oh.
The bull.
Yes.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, the bull. Yeah, you see the bull in the one shot with the black smoke. The Rentra, right? The Minotaur kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rentra.
And we still don't have Pagan. We're back, but still no Pagan. Pagan's lost to us.
Pagan, come
I
back.
don't know. SOZs. Continue through. No dice. Okay, so she's just gonna kind of run things in the background, and if she can come back, she will. So, I was telling Anduin. So we get glimpses of what looks like, I guess, Camartage. Am I saying that right? I guess that's
Yes.
where the mystical arts sort of defend the universe from the dark arts, right? Is that kind of am I butchering that?
No, that's totally right, because that's where Doctor Strange goes and learns how to do everything. So there's a couple of theories spinning around because of how the trailer is set up. There's a shot of Wanda doing kind of like a seance surrounded by candles. Later, there's another shot of the Minotaur Rintra almost standing on that exact same spot. So we think that Wanda is there trying to do something. We don't know whether she's kind of an anti-hero at this point, possibly attacking the temple. But there is a figure in the sky with the smoke coming towards them. We don't know if that's Doctor Strange kind of looking up and be like, what is this? Or if it's Wanda bringing a storm in. So it looks like one of the more epic battles is going to start there.
Yeah, so we don't know. So was that a dream sequence? I got the sense that was a dream, but you think that that's actually going to be
I think it might actually be a thing. Because the only one that I am, I can't say 100% because I don't know yet, but like 98% sure is a illusion is Doctor Strange in the orchard with Wanda.
Yeah.
Because in another shot later, he's in the same clothes. She's in her outfit, and everything's red and scary.
Yeah, but we also see different variants of Strange here too, because there's a couple different shots of him in different outfits, right? Like, so
that
we don't know
excites me a lot.
So I guess what's interesting is like there could be parts of this movie where we don't know if we're seeing what version of Strange we're seeing or we're following. Like, will the movie? Like, is Sam Raimi just gonna are we just gonna be watching just some? Do we need to be on acid to watch this movie? Is what I'm asking. Okay, good.
Yeah. And I found the shot. So if you look at like the long 2-minute 16 trailer, if you look at shot at 1 minute 25 seconds, on the left side is the cartoon world that we think is the What If location.
You're right. I'm looking at it right now. There's a shot. I don't know if Pagan can bring that up at 126, 125. When Strange is falling, they're like falling, and there's like a broken, shattered glass.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
It looks like there's like a cartoon background in the shot.
It looks like the old, like the original, comic books. It just looks like comic book art. Like, it doesn't look like What If to me. Like, it looks more.
Yeah, it doesn't look like What If. What If was definitely more polished. It definitely looks like an old school.
But I think
it almost looks like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles art.
Or the meme.
The Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, the Spider-Man.
Kind of what it looks like
cartoon.
Too. Yeah. So that's one of the running theories is something is going to fall out from that universe. I was like, that would be hilarious.
I think one thing, I think this is going to have a lot of parallels to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's a totally different movie and totally different company, but I think they're probably going to do a little bit of the same thing. Like, I think we're going to have a battle that goes through multiple dimensions, not in the same.
So bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Exactly. Toby.
Might as well.
I think we're going to see, going back to what you're saying about Doctor Strange, though, I think we're going to see one Doctor Strange, and then we're going to have maybe like another one Defender Strange. But I think this is going to parallel a lot with What If and episode 4, like when Doctor Strange, like what if he lost his heart? So I think we're going to see Doctor Strange try to really fix what he's going to do, and I think that's why, like, we see him on the floor. So I think that's going to be a parallel. Like, I think we're going to see him trying to absorb all these creatures, and I think it's going to be kind of like a Civil War thing, maybe like Wanda and him facing off.
That would be sick.
And that's my idea. I feel like there's going to be a villain, but I think it's going to be the two of them, and not so much that they have clashing ideas, but like, I think she's really trying to find Tommy and Billy. I think that's her own
That's her
thing.
drive.
That's the only thing she's like focused on. So I think when she's on the floor with the candles, I think she's there trying to see if she can find.
I think so too, because that's her driving force. Is finding those kids.
What also, like, there's another shot I know, like, the internet's going crazy for, is there's a shot of what we think is Captain Marvel fighting Wanda, right? Like, and she put up a shield, and I mean, we know how powerful Captain Marvel is, right? She's like literally in Infinity War, she hand to hand takes on Thanos if he didn't do like some crazy move with the Infinity Stone. I mean, she was just gonna mop the floor with him. I mean, she took down his ship by just flying through it. I mean, she's just incredibly powerful.
I think it's
and to see Wanda,
Rambeau.
Right. So is this a variant of Captain Marvel?
There's conflicting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because there's it's interesting. There's two conflicting shots that look almost exactly like what Pagan's putting up. One of them looks like Monica Rambeau, but the other one looks like Superior Iron Man. Because one of them, like there seems to be a very clear difference between the skin tones. one is a more darker skin tone, while the other one has a more clearer skin tone.
Yeah, I just feel like they would make a different look if it was going to be a different. Like, why make Iron
I
Man
don't
look
know,
like Captain Marvel?
because
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't.
because Superior Iron Man's armor does glow kind of like an orangish color at times.
Yeah, but I mean, as an art director, like if those two, say Captain
That's
Marvel
true.
and Iron Man were in a big battle in the distance, like how you wouldn't be able to tell
You want to
who's who.
you want to tell the difference.
Yeah, I think from a I don't. I'm gonna shit on that.
That makes
theory.
sense. I mean, that's totally fine. You know more about that stuff than I do. So
No, yeah, but
yeah, the reason I think it's him is just because, like, looking at the comics and the images, there's like blue lights in certain places that match his outfit in the comics, and looking at the costume, like, it doesn't look like there's any color. Like Captain Marvel, you can kind of see like the red and the blue underneath her glow, and this one there's more of like a white color underneath.
yeah.
Or like a silver, so that's why I'm thinking it could be Monica maybe, or but my main guess is Iron Man. And it's a different kind of Iron Man. Like, it's not the Iron Man we know. He's very different.
So I'm gonna throw it out. Like, so what do you think? Like, so God, I'm blanking on his name, but Ejiofor's character from like the first Doctor Strange, they set up like he's sort of going to be the next film. But this film, it's so weird. They're throwing everything at us. You have Wanda, you have like, you know, glimpses of Professor X, you got like you got Captain Marvel in here, you got like different weird, strange, like alternate Stranges, Doctor Strange, and you got like and then you got like, how many villains are in this? We see like Gigantor or whatever, the multiverse like monster they're fighting. We see like the robots from Ultron, and then who's the villain here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we battling? You know, and then Jonathan Majors isn't, that we know from Loki, is playing.
He's supposed to place. Well,
this bothers you. You need it more. You need it more cut and dry. You need to know who you're cheering for and who you're voting against.
Well, I don't. I guess that's why I like the trailer, because there's so many, and we can sit here and kind of like talk about it. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, though, we do need a villain. You know, and I think I actually, you know, I have the same. I guess that's what made Thanos so amazing. You know, you always knew there was a puppet master like controlling like everything that was going on, because at the end of every big Avengers movie, Thanos appears and he's like, I guess I gotta do this myself, you know, and you're like, okay, he's kind of running things. Who's the guy who's running things? Is it Jonathan Majors playing God, I don't know why I can't think of his name. Help me out, everybody in the chat.
The Watcher.
No, not the Watcher.
Sorry.
The Kang the Conqueror,
Kang the
right?
Conqueror.
Yeah, so, you know, is he sort of, you know, manipulating everything here? You know, we kind of get a glimpse of that in Loki.
I don't know. I think that, I mean, that could be the point of this, is because now, like, they've taken down the Watcher. They've taken down, well, discovered the multiverse. Now all of the people who are in control is now all falling apart. And that could be the whole thing, is trying to tape it all back together. And that might be what the Illuminati is trying to do, is trying to get Strange to answer for things. He's like, now everything is broken. But I'm curious as to what he says afterwards. He's like, we should tell him the truth. It's like, the truth about what? Is it who's the puppet master? Is it like, what's the truth? Because that right there could highlight the good versus bad side, to know what color to root for. Because Doctor Strange is blue and Wanda is red, so usually that indicates evil. And I'm like, that sucks. Because I want Wanda to be an anti-hero, not a villain.
You know, I'll root for her no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we all want the where's the romance version where Wanda has her happy ending with Vision. You know, we can all root for we can all root for her. PJ, I mean, where do you stand? Like, we're all here rambling like nerd, and like, are you like, no, I'm checked out. Like, this is all just way too complicated. Do you care? I mean,
I don't go at it at that level, and I don't need to know the connecting parts of the universe. Sometimes, you know, when I watched WandaVision, I was a little bit like, I didn't get all these connections. And some people you and I both know, Drew, they kind of, because they don't have that connection, they don't get the connection to the story. I'm always about the story. I don't care what genre you use, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, whatever it is. I want a good story. I'll watch a good story. I don't care if you're the fifth version of somebody from the second movie of the, like, I mean, that movies made for those people are not movies I want to watch. When there's a good story, you can do anything, and it doesn't matter. You can break the rules. But I'm just hoping it's a good story. And the first Doctor Strange was a really good story. Yeah. I really liked the way it was delivered. I loved his origin story. I loved the relationship with his doctor, wife, girlfriend. I can't remember what that was. Yeah. And so I'm just hoping, I know everybody plays the reluctant hero. They did a really good job with Doctor Strange as the reluctant hero. It's a trope that a lot of people use, and it's so predictable in superhero movies. They did it really well with him. So that's the only part I want to see how they handle that, because he is Doctor Strange now. He does have that attitude where everybody's not as smart as him, which I kind of like. But I just want it to be a good story, and all these little things, these connectors and all that, doesn't really. They don't make me want to see the movie or make me appreciate it more. You know, I love how the writers can hold it all and put it all together and keep it all connected. Yeah. But it better be a good story, or I'll shit all over it.
Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Don't shit all over it. They'll come after you, buddy. I've seen them.
They're vicious.
Yes.
They're vicious.
Just don't do it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that makes total sense.
Yeah, it does. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, this trailer I'm overwhelmed. And it's.
But you should be though. It should be. That's the thing that makes you want to go watch it. I mean, remember that one that we did and we thought the same thing, The Green Knight, and it was just kind of like huge. Although there was a little more story. That thing sucked. So I'm hoping they just didn't throw the kitchen sink at. Oh, buddy, it was so bad. It was awful.
Well, then, if
I
you
didn't even finish it.
Yeah, you should go watch The Green Knight TTRPG that is on this channel.
Yeah, we did a role playing game that PJ you would love.
It was so good.
Yes.
I'm thinking of hosting a naked game night at my house. I don't know.
Yes,
just
we will definitely not watch that.
You don't want to? We'll do it live. We'll Twitch stream it.
No.
I'm pretty sure you should just go on OnlyFans for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way to make money there, since so many other people are.
I know.
I opened an OnlyFans account. I made 7 cents last month. It was pretty good.
Really? Yeah. That was just to please shut this down.
Yes. Somebody tried to pay me.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, bring this thing home. Let's shut her down. We got work to do.
Well, thanks, Ondoin, for. I mean, there's so much to still, I think, unpack. I mean, this trailer's just full of stuff. I mean, we didn't even really get to talk about,
the zombies.
The zombies,
I think.
I mean, there's
it's
like
just
some
a giant
glowing.
What If movie.
Yeah.
If
they're willing to give us all of this, what else haven't they shown us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the amount of, I think, cameos that we'll probably see in this is probably, I don't even know, who knows? I mean, it's Marvel, right? And based on what they were able to do in Spider-Man, I think, I think this is what gets our minds spinning, because Marvel's budget is unlimited, apparently, now that they're with Disney, and after the success of Spider-Man, they're just sort of throw everything you got at this, which is, to PJ, your point, the reshoots. I think they're sort of at this point where
Spider-Man's now the 3rd largest grossing domestic film of all time.
Wasn't Multiverse of Madness supposed to come before Spider-Man?
I don't remember. Maybe
I thought there was something that
the pandemic did shake things up a little bit. I know Loki was supposed to come before WandaVision, but they flipped that, and then so there was some switching of things. But I don't know from the film side of things. It's just and then I mean, do the Eternals show up? I mean, who fucking knows? I mean, anything's possible, right?
I just watched that. And one thought I do have for this movie is seeing that movie, and you see how really life doesn't really have a chance. It can reach a certain point. Every planet could be gone at some point, just because I'm blanking on the names now.
The Celestial.
To be born. So that makes me think too, do some of the universes that we know and love already, or the universe that we know and love already, could that have time run out? kind of like what we
like
saw
Earth
in
is
What If.
gone, Celestial blew it up or whatever.
Like
took it
Doctor
over.
Strange could ruin
Yeah.
this Earth, and you're like, well, great.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that goes back to the point. Is there a point where does this at some point they have to collapse everything back into like what we know, right? Like the universe we care about.
And come back.
It's sort of like, how do we bring this back home? Or will it always be? Will the multiverse always exist in the Marvel universe? And I don't know. I think that's a question that it'll be interesting. I guess how they wrap this whole phase. What are we in 4? Phase 4.
It kind of gives me the way that you say that visually, like from No Way Home when Strange initially does the spell and it goes huge and then comes back. I feel like that's exactly what Marvel's doing. They're starting here and then all of a sudden things are getting huge and then we're going to bring it back down.
Yeah.
Man, I'd hate to work for the TVA.
Yeah.
Guys, I got more paperwork for you. Crap.
Yeah.
More paperweights.
Well, let's on that. Well, it's. We're just gonna. I'm sure there'll be another a final trailer that'll come out that'll give us more answers, and then between now and then, we'll just be nerding out over here on CouchSoup. But there'll be plenty of articles written over on CouchSoup.com. I'm sure that will break it all down for us and give us all the stuff we need to know.
Before we go, Drew, what do we got coming up on CouchSoup? Anything to share?
Man, we got quite a bit. We're going to be doing a bigger launch for the channel here in the next week or so. We'll probably do a live stream as well. We have a ton of articles already on the site, as well as some great reviews. We did a review for Sifu, which was great that Dan did. We have also a great review for Before Your Eyes and Lust from Beyond from Pagan that did. Erica just posted today. She did an interview with... Tori Fika, am I saying her name right?
Yep.
She's a lead marketing writer for Riot Games. So I mean, we got some great stuff going on, as well as this show goes up as a podcast over there, as well as the Replayer podcast, and more to come with Get Good will be up over there. So, and then the book club.
Oh yeah, the book club today, 3 p.m.
Today.
Be there. All writers. Calling all writers.
Calling all writers. PJ, if you don't know, PJ wrote a series of novels called the Software series, sci-fi novels, bestsellers, and he'll be kind of giving us tips, tricks. We can talk about the book 1. You can actually find the first book at a discount over on CouchSoup.com if you're interested, or if you have
you have on Kindle Unlimited, you can get
Kindle
it for free.
Unlimited. Get it for free. So check that out.
Come on over.
Yeah, and thanks Riverside for sponsoring the show, and thank you guys for joining us. This has been a great chat. We're big Marvel fans over here, at least most of us, and and so we're going to be nerding out on this. So thanks everybody, and thanks to Grouchy Pants, PJ, Stephanie, Pagan, who has been sucked into the multiverse.
She's ghosting us.
Thanks, Pagan, for continuing to keep this thing going. Because
it's late there.
She could have just turned it off, and this show would have ended. And thanks, Onderwin, for coming in to kind of school us and give us all the notes.
Thanks for having me in my books.
Yes, go back to your.
All right, guys, be awesome.
Books. Good night, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.